So if it's comfortable to sit on your shins in Virasana or Hero's Pose, you can sit up on the shins. And if it's better to sit cross-legged, you can sit cross-legged. Nice. We'll eventually move into tabletop from here. So it's kind of an easier transition if we're sitting in Virasana. And then go ahead and rest your hands down on your lap. And once you get seated and settled, relax the shoulders down. So let the elbows have a little bit of weight. Let the elbows get heavy. The forearms relax. The palms heavy, just resting on the thighs. And then pay attention to your jaw right now. And if there's any stored tension in the jaw, you can wiggle it side to side. And then soften the tongue. Go ahead and relax the jaw. Let it come back to stillness. And relax the cheeks, the skin of the face, the eyes, the eyebrows. Beautiful. And then if you can sit up just a little bit taller, go ahead and start to elongate, grow up tall through the spine, through the crown of the head. And then we'll take a couple of breaths in Hero's Pose. So the next time you inhale, fill up down to the abdomen. Let the low belly inflate. Let the sides of the body, the sides of the ribs inflate and expand. And then as you exhale, breathing out through the nose, let the belly shrink back towards the spine. Maybe the low back gets a little bit longer. And we'll do 2 more breaths here. So big inhale, fill up the abdomen. Fill up the sides of the ribs, the backs of the ribs. When you get to the top of the breath, pause for just a moment. And then slow, steady exhale. Try to keep the ribs big this time and just draw the navel in. So you're firming up the abdominal region. And then we'll do 1 more like that. So inhale, fill up the abdomen, fill up the rib cage. Let the chest get even a little bit more full with air. And then try to keep the rib cage big and expanded and just shrink the center. So belly button back towards the spine, breathing out all the way to empty, sitting up nice and tall, relaxing shoulders down. Good, and then we'll do a couple of breaths like that only with the arms. So the next time you inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And then as you exhale, bring the hands all the way back down like a snow angel. We're gonna do 1 more like that. So big inhale, sweep the arms back up. The whole breath takes the arms to the top. And then the whole exhale takes your hands back down. We'll go back up on the inhale. So as you breathe in, reach the arms up. And then as you exhale, twist to the right. So left hand comes to the outside of the right thigh, right hand goes back behind you. Good, and then inhale back to center, reach both arms up. And as you exhale, nice, you'll switch sides. You look so beautiful, silhouetted on your screen today. And then inhale, reach the arms back up. And then exhale, slide the hands down in front, come all the way forward into a tabletop. We're gonna move through a few rounds of cat-cow, so you can move the knees hip distance apart. Inhale, arch your spine. And then as you exhale, really press the knuckles and the tops of the feet down, round the back. Good. Keep that going. Big inhale to arch the back with the tailbone back behind you. And then nice steady exhale to tuck the tailbone and round through the vertebrae. Good. Another inhale, arch the back. And another exhale, hollow the front side of the body. Good. Deep inhale, arch the spine. And then exhale, round the spine. Good. Back to a neutral spine. We're going to take the left hand to the center of the mat, reach the right arm up. Big open wingspan, inhale deep. And then exhale to your threaded needle. Right arm can go underneath the bridge of the left. Take your right cheek to the floor. You can slide the left hand to the top of the mat. And then a deep inhale here. So expand both sides of the ribs. Stay with the exhale, draw the belly button in towards the spine. Good, take your left hand down by the face once more. Lift the right arm up, back to where we came from. Big open wingspan. And then release the right hand down and trade sides right away. Left arm rises, deep inhale to accompany that. And then exhale, thread, move the left arm underneath the bridge of the right. Beautiful, set the left cheek down, slide the right hand forward. Nice elongation from right fingers to right hip. Take a deep inhale, expand. All 4 sides of the ribs, front, back, left, right.
Stay there on the exhale, shrink the abdomen, elongate the low back. Good, and then place the right hand down by your face, lift the left hand up, inhale. And then exhale, release the left hand back down. Crawl both hands to the top of the mat. And then a couple of options here for puppy pose. Do keep your knees stacked over, or knees stacked under the hips. So one option, you can bring the elbows down, drop the forehead. And if the shoulders are feeling pretty open, you can keep the arms straight and still drop the forehead down. So either bending the elbows to make it a little bit less severe, or if the shoulders feel nice and open, you can keep the elbows straight. Drop the forehead down. Always the option to move the chin to the mat as well, but that quickly escalates the posture, so move slowly if you're taking that transition, chin to the mat. Otherwise, forehead to the mat is excellent. Good, now really push the hands down and start to slide all the way forward in the Sphinx pose, so eventually elbows will land. You'll drop the pelvis and the chest with the chin. Good, and then stay in your Sphinx pose, but curl the chin in towards the chest. So it's almost like you're trying to round the upper back and curl the pubic bone under. And then another Sphinx inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest. Try to pull your heart through the shoulders, or your chest through the shoulders. And then on your exhale, curl the chin towards the chest. Tuck your pubic bone under. One more time, deep inhale, arch the back with the chin, with the chest. This is really good for the thoracic spine. And then exhale, round the back. Try to curl the tailbone under. Good, and then back up to neutral. You're gonna slide the hands back to where the elbows were, tuck the toes under, and then as you press the hands and toe prints down, rise up into your tabletop position. Good. In your tabletop position, we're going to go into a spinal balance. So send your left leg straight back behind you. Right arm forward. Take an inhale through the nose. Beautiful. And then as you exhale, tap the knee and elbow beneath you. Round your back like cat pose. Let's go 2 more. So nice and slow. Since we're only doing 3, inhale, reach out very elegantly. And then exhale, curl it in. Tap elbow and knee. Full inhale, full extension. And then complete exhale, tap knee and elbow. We're going to end in the extension, so go ahead and reach forward and back, deep inhale through the nose. And then release it down on the exhale, straight change to the other side. So right leg goes back, left arm goes forward. Hold it there to begin. Cinch the ribs in. Draw the hip bones up towards the floating ribs. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, tap knee and elbow beneath you, round the back. Deep inhale, stretch long. And then nice and steady exhale to curl in. Last full cycle, big inhale, reach out long. And then exhale, curl in. We'll go back to extension, inhale. And then exhale, release hands and knees down. Once again, tuck the toes under. And this time we're gonna very slowly heel up into a hovering table. So the knees lift off the mat. They come about 1 inch or 2 off the ground. And then as you push down through the hands, make sure the index fingers and the thumbs are pressing down strong. I know that this one builds a lot of heat in the knees and the core, even though the knees are hovering. The muscles in the knees might be working. So we're gonna hold here not too long for 5. Breathe deep through the nose for 4, for 3, 2, stay on the 1, and then set the knees back down nice and slow. Release, untuck the toes. Inhale, arch the back, cow pose. And then exhale, round the back, cat pose. We're gonna do 1 more of those. So come back to a neutral spine. Tuck the toes under. Fan the fingers out wide, and then very slow, peel the knees off the mat about 1 inch or 2 off the ground. Hovering tabletop, we'll hold for 5. Again for 4, for 3, stay on the 2, stay on the 1, walk your hands a little bit further forward, and this time you're gonna straighten the knees as you lift the hips up to down dog. And then when you get into your downward facing dog, begin to pedal out your feet by bending one knee and bending the other knee. So it's a very slow and steady march in place. Warming up the calves, warming up the hamstrings, warming up the soles of the feet. Good. Now separate your feet as wide as your mat. This one's always a little bit tricky, but you're gonna walk your hands back just a little bit. So shorten your stance in down dog. Take your left hand to the outside of the right calf. So opposite hand to calf. And if the hamstrings feel nice and open, you can slide the hand down further, maybe grab the back of the ankle or the heel. If you need more, you can bend your left elbow and pull yourself deeper into the twist. So left hand is reaching to the outside of the right calf. Yes. We are going to release it and switch. So go ahead and set your left hand down. Now the right hand goes to the outside of the left calf. And if you feel very open in the hamstrings, you'll slide the right hand down the left calf, maybe grab the back of the left ankle or the left heel. If you need even more, you can always bend the right elbow. Now take both hands back down, short down dog, walk your feet together, and then walk your feet forward, footprint by footprint. So a very casual walk into a forward fold at the top of your mat. When you get into the forward fold, grab opposite elbows, hang your torso heavy, hang your head heavy, and once again relax the jaw. So let go of any tension of the cheeks, the tongue, the palate. Good. Let the hands go. You can release hands to the floor. Shake the head no. Good. Shake the head yes. This one is great for opening up the chest and shoulders. Interlace your hands behind the back. Draw the knuckles up towards the ceiling. Try to press the heels and the hands together. Try to get the palms to touch. And then lift the knuckles higher. And then drop the head heavier. Good. Keep the arms and the head just as they are, but bend the knees. Try to get your chest to touch the thighs. And then slowly straighten the knees. Keep the arms and the head still. And then go ahead 2 more times. Bend the knees. Touch the chest to the thighs if you can. And when you get as deep as you're going to go, straighten the knees. Let the hips rise slow. 1 more time. Nice slow bend of the knees. Chest comes down to touch the thighs. And then as the knees go straight, palms push together, hips rise. Good. Release the hands down to the ground. Now slide the hands up the shins, lengthen your spine forward, pause there and halfway lift. Take a deep inhale, let the belly rise with the breath. And then as you exhale, go back down to fold and pull the belly button in. Firm up your core muscles. Let's do 2 more half lifts. Inhale, rise up halfway, look down at the top edge of your mat, draw the shoulder blades together. Good. And then exhale, forward fold, drawing the belly in. Inhale, inflate the belly as you rise halfway. And then exhale, shrink the belly as you fold. Good. Really root down through the heels and the toes. Rise to stand all the way up. Big inhale as the arms sweep up. And this time as you exhale, bring the thumbs down to heart center. We'll pause here for a moment. Good. In your Tadasana pose or equal parts standing pose, set an intention for your practice. So an intention that I'll offer you. You can choose any intention either in addition or instead of this, but I'm going to offer you the intention of staying present with the breath and sensations of the body as you move. So anytime you find the mind wander to something that happened earlier, something that will happen later, draw your attention back to the breath and the sensations of the body. If there's any other intention that you'd like to add on top of presence, go ahead and set any intention. It can be anything, so any goal you're working towards. And then we'll start to move with that intention. So my intention of being present, I am present. Inhale, reach the arms up, stretch long through the body. And then exhale, forward fold over the legs. On your inhale, slide the hands up the shins, halfway lift. And on your exhale, step to your plank pose. Top of a push-up, pause in that plank. Holding plank for an inhale. Set the knees down on the exhale. Deep inhale through the nose. And then as you exhale, lower all the way to the belly. Chest slides through the triceps. When you arrive to the floor, inhale, lift the chest, low cobra. One breath in for that back bend. And then exhale, move to downward facing dog. Tuck the toes under, rise up. Hips lift, heels push down. Take an inhale, fill up the belly. Stay on the exhale, draw the navel in, lengthen the tailbone back toward the wall behind you. And then bend the knees, look to your thumbs. Exhale, step or hop to where you're looking. Inhale, halfway lift, slide the hands up the legs. Exhale, slide the hands down the legs and fold. Inhale, rise to stand, reach the arms up high, look up to your thumbs, and then as you exhale, thumbs to heart center, repeat your intention to yourself. I am present. Take an inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift on your inhale. Fold for plank on your exhale. Step back with the opposite foot this time if you can. Take an inhale in your plank pose. Exhale, lower the knees. Good. Maybe knees, chest, chin this time. So either all the way to the belly or knees, chest, chin. Prep with an inhale. And then exhale, start to lower. On your inhale, slide the pelvis forward and lift the chest. Breathe in deep, cobra pose. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Toes tuck under, hips rise high. Really root down through the heels, almost like you're trying to drive stakes of a tent down into the ground with the heel bones. Take an inhale. Stay on the exhale. Good. Bend the knees, look forward. As you exhale, step or hop forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale, rise to stand. Reach the arms up high. Stretch through the sides of the body. Exhale, thumbs down to heart center. Again, repeat your intention to yourself. I am present. Take an inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift as you breathe in. Opposite foot steps to plank pose. On the exhale, we'll hold the plank. This time we're going to take a few rounds of breath in plank, so you can follow along with me or you can hold plank, knees up or knees down. If you're following along with me, you're going to take a deep inhale and then exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, send it back. Left hand, right shoulder. And then release, plank pose. And then right hand, left shoulder, release to plank pose. One more time through, right knee taps the right elbow. Inhale, back. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, back. Left hand, right shoulder, release. Right hand, left shoulder, release. Stay on the inhale. Definitely knees down on the exhale. Take one more inhale, prep for your chaturanga. And then exhale, take your version of chaturanga. Inhale, take cobra or up dog. Lift the chin, pull the shoulders back. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips up high. Hold for a deep inhale. Stay on the exhale. And another deep inhale. And stay on the exhale. This time you're going to inhale, lift the right leg up. And then as you exhale, step the right foot between the palms. Keep the left knee, left heel lifted, and rise up to a high crescent lunge. So arms reach up high. Good. Bend deep into the right knee. Yes, very nice. Get it to stack over the right heel. Slowly spin the left heel down, open up into your warrior two. You might have to adjust your stance longer. And then from your warrior two, we'll inhale to reverse warrior. Left hand down the back leg, right arm up and overhead. Good, and then exhale to side angle. So now we close the right ribs and we open the left ribs. And just to get that feeling again on both sides, let's inhale to reverse warrior. So open the right ribs, close the left ribs. And then one more time to side angle, close the right ribs. Lengthen, extend the left ribs. We'll stay in side angle this time. If you want to make it deeper, just as an option, not mandatory of course, you can wrap the left arm behind the back, hook the left fingers inside of the right hip, and then spin the left shoulder back. Opening up across the collarbones, nice and elegant across the collar. Keep the deep bend in the right knee. Relax the right fingers. And then if you do have that half bind, come back to traditional side angle, left bicep by the ear. So you have a diagonal line from the left fingers to the left heel. And then almost like the left arm is guiding you, pull yourself back up to warrior two. Straighten out the right leg. And then quarter turn the right foot. Turn both heels in, so toes out, heels in, big ballet two stance. Flip the palms up. And we're gonna go down into goddess squat by bending the knees and elbows and wrists. So come down, see if you can get, I'm gonna take a peek for a moment. Yes, very nice. See if you can get the knees to stack over the heels. If it means you have to adjust the feet to make that true, go ahead and do it. Adjust the heels in a little bit or out a little bit, whatever the case may be. And then as you drop the hips, get really strong in the inner thighs. Almost like you're trying to suck the head of the femur bone back up into the hip sockets. So very strong inner thighs, hamstrings. Drop the hips a little lower. Good, lift the elbows up just a touch. And then draw the elbows back. Lots of elegance across the clavicles. Straighten the palms, or straighten the fingers. Good, we'll be here for 5. You've got it for 4, for 3, for 2, stay on the 1, but bring your hands to your hips. And then very slow, like you don't even care to move out of it, start to straighten out the legs. And then when the legs go all the way straight, reach the arms up into a star. And we'll go back to warrior two. So turn once again, front of the mat, warrior two. Inhale to reverse warrior. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands to frame your right foot, but stay in that runner's lunge. So you will turn on the ball of the left foot. Now your left heel is up over the toes. Plant your left hand flat, reach the right arm up so you come into a twist towards your right thigh. Yes. Always the option to lower the back knee. I find that lowering the back knee can make it even deeper of a twist, maybe a deeper of a stretch because you get a stretch on the left thigh. But if you want to go for a little bit more strength, then straighten out the left leg, keep the knee lifted, look up at your right thumb. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, release down and step to plank pose. We're going to hold the plank pose. So once again, options, knees down is option 1. Knees up and hold is option 2. Or you'll follow along with me for 2 rounds of that. Right knee touches your right elbow. Inhale, send it back. Left knee, left elbow. Send it back. Left hand, right shoulder. Set it down. Right hand, left shoulder. Set it down. Let's lead with the opposite. Left knee, left elbow. Send it back. Right knee, right elbow. Send it back. Right hand, left shoulder. Set it down. Left hand, right shoulder. Release. Stay on the inhale in your version of plank pose. And as you exhale, take your version of chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or up dog. And then exhale back. We meet in downward facing dog. Hold the down dog. Take an inhale. And then through the nose or the mouth, breathe out entirely, all the way to empty. On your inhale, lift the left leg. Right away, step the left foot between the palms. Yes, good. And then keep the knee, keep the heel lifted and rise up. Crescent lunge. Stay high on the ball of your right foot. So that right heel, it's almost like your right foot is in a sprinter's block. And then bend deep into the left knee. Keep that deep bend in that front leg as you swing the right heel down and open up second warrior. Good. Firm footing, sure footing. Look over your left hand. And then inhale to reverse warrior. And then exhale to side angle. So close the left ribs, lengthen the right ones.
Feel the opposite of that as you inhale, reverse warrior. Close the right ribs, open the left ribs. And then one more time in the side angle, left elbow on the left thigh, right bicep, right ear. Good. If you took the half bind on the other side, go ahead and wrap the right arm behind you. Beautiful. Hook the right fingers inside of the left hip crease. Roll your right shoulder back. If you can look up at the ceiling, turn the gaze in that direction. If that brings any kind of twinge to the neck, you can also look down at the left toes. Idea here by looking up at the ceiling is you're keeping the natural rotation of the spine, the coiling of the spine going down, around to the right. From that half bind, release back to traditional side angle, right bicep by the ear. Lead with the right hand, so almost like you could grab a rope behind you and pull yourself up. Rise into second warrior. Then straighten out the left leg. Quarter turn your left foot, and then turn both heels in. Yes, nice. Flip your palms up and bend, elbows, knees, and wrists. Come down into Malasana, or not Malasana, into Goddess. This time shift a little bit left and right. So shifting right knee over to the right toes, left knee over to the left toes. Give it a couple of rounds of that. Loosening up the hips. Also loosening up the sacral joints, the small joints surrounding the tailbone. Bringing a little bit of attention off the arms. Come back to center. Good, and we'll be here for 5. So if you want to make it harder, lift the heels. We'll be here for 5. Beautiful, for 4. Stick with it for 3. For 2. Stay, but lower the heels on the 1. And then stay, but bring your hands to your hips. And then nice and slow, straighten out the legs, push the feet down strong into the earth. When you get there, inhale both arms up, and then exhale to your warrior 2, front of the mat. On the inhale, reverse your warrior, and then exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Pause there for a moment. Do turn on the ball of your right foot, so now you're in your runner's lunge. Right heel stacks over the right toes. As you plant your right palm flat, lift the left hand. Good. And again, option to lower the right knee if you want to take that variation. Otherwise, firm right quad, deep left knee bend. Take one more inhale. Left hand to the floor on your exhale. Good. Step back to plank pose. We're going to do something a little bit different this time. So if you're sticking with me, you'll follow along. If you want to do knees down or knees lifted and hold, you can do that. This time we're going to do right knee to right elbow, but set the toes down. And then keep that leg there and bring left knee to left elbow. So it's like you're going into crow almost. And then you'll take the right knee back, or right foot back, left foot back. And then we'll lead with the left side. So left toes come forward, left knee to left tricep. Right toes come forward, right knee to right tricep. Left toes go back, right toes go back. And then one more each side, right foot forward, left foot forward. Right foot back, left foot back. Opposite side, left knee forward, right knee forward, left knee back, right knee back. Hold the plank pose, take an inhale, and then knees down on the exhale, child's pose. Send the hips all the way back to the heels. Nice work, Aruna. When you get into your child's pose, relax the forehead heavy to the floor. Soften the jaw once again. Soften the elbows down. Steady the breath. Full inhale to expand. Slow, steady exhale, release. Good. One more time, deep inhale. And steady, slow exhale. Good. Push the hands down. Rise back up to tabletop. From your tabletop, tuck the toes under. Lift the knees to hover. So our hovering tabletop once again. But this time you're going to walk your feet to the outer edges of the mat and start to walk your hands back towards your Malasana squat. So eventually you're going to get to the back of the mat and drop the heels and hips, and you'll lift the thumbs and the chest. When you get into Malasana, yes, try to get as much upward lift with the top of your head as you can. Imagine there's a ceiling about 2 inches above your head, and you want to push the crown of your head into that ceiling. So try to grow up a little bit taller towards it. As you do, continue to root down the balls of the feet and toes. Sometimes the weight wants to go into the heels primarily, but we want to shift some of the weight to the balls of the feet and toes too. And then push the crown of the head up even a little bit taller. Inhale. Good. Keep the feet where they're at, but set the hands down and forward fold. You can lift the hips. If it feels more comfortable to turn the toes in, you can turn the toes in. Relax the weight of the head down. Good. Any tension in the shoulders, imagine it just dripping off of the shoulders, down the neck, off the crown of the head. And then if you turn the toes in, turn them out once again. So ballet, 2 feet, drop the hips. Lift the chest, lift the thumbs back to Malasana. Good. We'll hold this time for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the hands down, lift the hips up, and parallel the feet. So go ahead and drop into a forward fold one more time. Shake the head no. Shake the head yes. And this final time in, we're going to go for a crow pose. So go ahead and turn your toes out, drop the hips. Lift the hands into the heart for a moment. You can always stay in squat or come back to squat. But we're going to set the hands down, fan the fingers out wide. Even Pisces between each digit. Now put weight in the fingerprints. So not just the base of the palm, heel of the hand, but also the fingerprints and knuckles. And then lift the hips up and heel toe the feet in, hip distance apart. As you bend the knees, start to shift forward and land knees on triceps. And then once you get enough of the weight forward, you'll lift either one foot, hold it for a few moments. Try to hold it up as long as you can. So resist the urge to set it down when the urge comes. See if you can keep it another moment or so. And then when it's time, you'll slowly, in control, set that foot down and trade. Left heel to the butt. When the urge comes to set it down, see if you can resist it. And then see if you can resist it until you get to that point where you can still set it down slow, but it's hard to do so. Good. Take some weight off the wrist, come down to just kind of a lazy squat, roll your wrists in circles. You could also sit down here if you want to sit. Let's take some pressure off the wrist for a moment, and then we'll go in one more time. Yeah, take a seat, roll your wrists. Reverse the circles of your wrists. Yes. Nice. I'm going to watch you this time. So go ahead and take your position, hands down on the ground. When you're ready, go into that first side. You'll lift one heel to the glutes. Nice. Yes. Yes, good. Your arm placement is fantastic. So hands are shoulder distance, elbows are shoulder distance. Good. Hold it. Good. Go ahead and go into the other side. This will be our final time through, and then we'll start to cool it down. Good. Hold it. Hold it one more breath. Nice. Yes, you did excellent. We're going to go ahead and come back to that forward fold. Nice work, Aruna. Come back to the fold. So straighten out the legs, drop the torso heavy. Take a moment to just be thankful to yourself for trying that out. Be grateful to yourself for continuing to show up for your crow practice. Good. And then release the hands down. Walk the hands forward.
This time we're gonna hop to a seat, so you can also step to a seat. You can bend the knees, step or hop forward to a seat at the top of the mat. Extend the legs out. Actually, keep the knees bent. Put them in front of you, but keep the knees bent. We're gonna grab the backs of the thighs for one boat pose, just to seal in our core work for the rest of practice. Go ahead and lift the shins. Yep, and we'll hold here for 10. If you decide to lift the arms, you might take biceps up by ears. We'll be here for 5. Good. And then hands down on the ground, lower all the way down to the ground. When you get down, inhale the arms overhead, full body stretch. And then on the exhale, hug just the left knee into the chest. Go ahead and bring that left knee in tight. Squeeze the left thigh in towards the chest. Beautiful. And then right hand to the outside of the left knee. Take a twist. We'll take left knee over to the right side of the mat. Left arm counterbalances over to the left. A couple more breaths here. Deep inhale. Steady exhale. Let's go ahead and bring it back to center. Keep that left knee in. We'll stretch the hamstrings by interlacing the hands behind the left thigh. Kick the left heel to the ceiling and then rotate that left ankle. Big slow circles. Good. Reverse those circles. And then rebend the left knee, bring both knees into the chest. Squeeze in tight. Awesome. Keep the right knee, slide the left leg out long. Pull that right thigh in a little bit tighter. More tight. And then take your twist, right knee to the left side. Right hand over to the right. We're here for many breaths, so let the twist evolve as it does. It might get a little bit deeper. You might get to a point of depth and ease out of it a little bit. Whatever happens, just kind of observe the twist. Let it unfold. Use the breath to emphasize the depth of rotation and the length of the spine. Inhales are a good place to focus on lengthening the spinal column. And then the exhales are a good place to focus on the rotation of the back, deepening the twist. Good, and then bring it back to center. Send the right leg up towards the ceiling. Interlace the hands behind the right thigh and then rotate that right ankle. Big slow circles. And reverse those circles. Good. Rebend the right knee. This time pull both knees in for a happy baby. You'll grab the outside edges of the feet. Kick the feet up to the ceiling, but then use the hands to pull the feet down. Knees down towards the armpits. Yes, very nice. And then release your happy baby. Slide the legs out long for a final Shavasana. We'll take a couple of moments here to rest at the end of our practice. Let all of the nutrients of the practice absorb in and become part of your new normal. And I'll bring you out of Shavasana in just a couple of moments.
When I be empty and all
With the eyes still closed and the body still, pay attention to your breath. You don't have to change it yet, but just notice how the breath is. Then the next time you breathe out all the way to empty. And then take a slow inhale to refill. And then you get to the top of the breath, pause for a moment. And then you'll exhale all the way to empty once again, releasing all the way. Pause at the bottom of that exhale. And one more time together, deep inhale, inflate the lungs. When you get to the top, hold for just a moment. And then exhale, release. Keep the breath deep. Start to rotate wrists, ankles, wiggle fingers, toes. And then inhale to reach your arms overhead, full body stretch. Good. Stay in that full body stretch for another inhale. Let the body yawn open. Very satisfied, release. And then exhale, hug the knees into the chest. Let's go ahead and come up to a seated position, facing each other. When you get up to your seated position, you can close the eyes, relax the hands down on the lap. And then on your next inhale, reach the arms overhead like a big snow angel, stretch through the side ribs, the arms, the hands. As you exhale, go ahead and pull the hands down to the heart. You can do thumbs to heart center or palm over palm. Take a moment here at the end of your practice to one more time repeat that intention to yourself. Whatever your intention was for practice, I am present. Take a moment to congratulate yourself, be grateful to yourself for having shown up for practice today, for having put in the time and the effort, the hard work and energy to be present in your body, with the sensations, with your breath. And then take a moment to be grateful for the path of yoga itself, for all of the teachings, for all of the teachers and teachers and teachers that have passed down the wisdom of yoga. It was an honor to guide you through class. Thank you so much for being here today, Aruna. Namaste.